Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I'm getting ready to show you 3 new CIVIVI knives, and there's 3 different types of knives in 3 minutes. No, just kidding. I cannot do the 3-minute part, but we will start with this one. This is the new CIVIVI ODD22. I'm calling it the odd 22. I mean, if you're gonna spell it ODD, but would you look at it? They got that awesome micarta going. Look at this. Look at this. A little bit of texture vision for you. Yeah, it feels pretty good. I'd give it around a 5 on the feel scale. And reversible pocket clip, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Flat screws, no mushrooms growing in the shade, and these do go in and out of the pocket very, very nicely. T8 body screws, very attractive. And here's your jipping. I'm telling you, CIVIVI does not mess around when it comes to jipping. It is, I mean, there's nothing I would do to improve their jipping. It is perfect, perfect. You ready to see this blade? Pow, right in the kisser. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Does that not, I love this colorway, by the way. Does that not look wicked? This comes in the black G10 or the green micarta, or you can get the cabochon wood with the fancy Damascus. And here's this side. Yeah, baby, would you look at that? Let's bring it in for a quick look. This bad boy is about 7 inches overall. It has a 2.9-inch blade. It's 118 thousandths of an inch for the blade stock, and behind the edge is 17 thousandths of an inch. How about that? Really nice, tall, flat grind. Ooh, yeah. And the stonewash is superb. I mean, it is excellente. And here's your look at your thumb studs. The thumb studs work very, very nicely. And it is, of course, all... Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I saw a milling somewhere. There it is. You can see it's all milled out to make it lightweight. It only weighs 3.48 ounces. For your fit and finish, the finish is perfect. I didn't see anything wrong with that. It is absolutely solid left and right, solid up and down. I'm getting no blade play whatsoever. Our lockup is right there, just about in the middle, around the 40-ish%. And is it centered? Of course. Would you expect anything else? It is centered. Just a quick size comparison for you so you can get a good idea. Here's the CIVIVI Elementum, and this is going to be the other style that you can get in this besides the black G10, the Damascus with the cabochon wood. And I found that the cabochon sometimes a little darker, sometimes a little lighter, but you know we got to show the QSP Penguin, baby. So yeah, it's right there in the middle, everyday carry size knife. I mean, it's a perfect EDC. If you have either one of these, you already know what you're stepping in. And this one it looks like we have a little more, what do you call it, real estate for the hand. Speaking of the hand, let's do the action and the ergos. Now, if you like knife content and finding out when new knives are released and like the EDC and everyday carry knife community, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified, because that'll tell you a half an hour before we go live. We do live at the Hive every Friday night. Beez Blades. Are you ready? Snap. Oh, yeah. It has a nice snap. And the action's pretty good. It could probably use a couple drops of pivot lube. I mean, it's not drop shutty, but look at this. Just a little shake, a one shaker. Around here, if you shake it more than once, you fill in the blanks. Yeah, it is super snappy. You can do the push button all day long, and the light switch, very good. Let's check out the detent. Oh yeah, just pushing it with my finger, the detent does all the work. I'm not having to build up pressure before I hit it. Yeah, very nice, very nice. And left-handed, same thing. Now the pass-through, it doesn't have a lot of access to your lock bar, but your lock bar does have some nice soft jimping on the inside. I'm not having to absolutely dig my thumb in there. So it is easy. I would think it would be more difficult because it doesn't have much access, but it is actually very easy to unlock that. So that's a major plus. Now my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. And ergonomic wise, this is just holding on to it lightly. It fits in my hand very well. So you have a large size hand, you're definitely good to go. If you have a medium size hand, you're good to go. If you have an XL and your hand's back here a little farther, I think this is still going to be a comfortable knife. Like if you have a really big hand, your pinky might come back here on the edge. But for me, with the size of my hand, it's comfortable. I'm not getting any hot spots, and they have done a great job of chamfering these edges, taking off the sharp edges. That is very nice, very, very nice. So giving it the Beez squeeze. Yeah, if you're really getting in it, I can feel this line right here. I can feel the liner. It's not quite shadow box, but I can feel it. But it's not screaming at me. Ooh, yeah, that jimping locks your finger into place. And I like this blade. This is going to be a good blade for doing some push cuts. Whoo, yeah. I'm liking this. It feels very, very solid. And do we have a sharpening choil? Oh yeah, of course they do. They have a nice sharpening choil, so you're good to go. So you can go out there and use this bad boy. You're gonna be able to do. You can do some utility cutting. You're just gonna have to tip it up a little bit, because if you look here, coming straight up from the pivot, you're coming up a little high. It is an upswept blade, but this might be good if you're a hunter. You know what I'm talking about, what you could use this for. This is a nice, comfortable knife, and look at that. Ooh, look at that shiny edge. Oh, yeah. So at the time of this video, these are running around 60-ish. I will have links to all the knives you see in the vehicle, plus discount codes and affiliate links and all that fun stuff. And by the way, if you're watching this before December 16th, 2022, CIVIVI's having a bunch of sales, and I do have 5% off of them. Free shipping, all that stuff. Okay, enough of the adage. We have 2 more knives to check out in a short amount of time. You ready? Let's get the next one. This next one is a fixed blade, and this is called the CIVIVI MIDWATCH. Would you look at it? Just look. My wife called this Halsey McGee. I had to write it down. I started laughing. I said, what would you call the knife with the big old hole in the back of it? She said, Halsey McGee. Just didn't even think about it. That's what came out. But here's a look at this blade. Look at that. Super tall, flat grind. Oh, mama. This is only, the blade stock is only 107 thousandths of an inch. Behind the edge, 20 thousandths of an inch. Super. I mean, you can already tell if you know those measurements. Super slicer. Look how tall that flat grind is. Oh, mama. And of course, they, just like the last one, they absolutely nail that jimping. Now, I was wondering, I was like, is this a self-defense knife? What's the purpose? But in general, it's very comfortable to hold. And I was trying to figure out, do I put my pinky back here or do I put my pinky in here? And I need some comments. I need some help. What exactly would be the purposes of this hole? Is it to help lock your hand into place? Because that seems to be what's happening here, is when I put my pinky in here, this knife is going nowhere. Nowhere at all. And this is super lightweight. It only weighs 2.5 ounces. It came with this nice CIVIVI lanyard. Really nice lanyard. Easy to take off. So if you don't like the lanyard, well, there you go. And there's more. It comes with a very nice Kydex sheath, with I'll show you here in just a second. We'll take a quick look going from one end to the other. Now these come in black or brown or the green burlap micarta, and they run around the 109-ish, but you can also get the twill carbon fiber with the Damascus blade for about 160 doll hairs. Now overall, this is 7.5 inches. Your blade's 3.41 inches. And like I said, 20 thousandths behind the edge. Whoo, super slicer. A quick size comparison with the CIVIVI Elementum. See, this knife looks really big in the pictures, but when you put it next to the Elementum and of course, the QSP Penguin, you see, it's not huge. It's not big. But if you look at the blade, you can see that tallness. That is my kind of blade. It's upswept, but then again, it's kind of not. It's a clip point, but you're kind of along the center of the knife. So the tip isn't as upswept as you would think. But compared to, say, the Penguin blade, you can see there's not a whole lot of difference in cutting edge. The ergos of this knife, I mean, when you get a fixed blade, the ergos are always good. It feels really good in the hand. I do think the pinky really is meant to lock in there, because when I do this, it is not moving. Now this one has an N690 blade, and it is nice and shiny. Let me show you this before I forget. It has a CIVIVI does a very nice Kydex sheath, and this sheath is adjustable. You can pretty much adjust it. You only need 2 points of contact. You can adjust it any direction. So if you want to carry it on your if you want it horizontal or vertical, you're going to be good to go. If you're going to do an appendix carry or something like that, or I imagine if you want, you can take this off and probably wear it as a neck knife or attach it to your backpack. But the Kydex sheath is easy to use, and look, watch how well it clicks in here. Yeah, it is in there, in like flint. It's not going anywhere. Super solid. So that is a pretty sweet knife. You ready for the last one? All right, here we go. This one is a color change. It's one that's already been out, but they have the new color. This is the CIVIVI Kiwi. Would you look at it? Just look at it. It has really good jimping on the top. It's not the typical jimping that I've been seeing, but this does work very well. There's not a whole lot to it. It's a great little fifth pocket. And let me see if I can show you a little bit of texture. There is some mild texture on there. I'd give it around a 4, but you want to see that? Ready? It's an O-step hell design. Snip, right in the snipper. This is a perfect little EDC package opener. If you're gonna open up your cupcakes or your Cheetos, tactical Cheeto bag opener, it's a cool little knife. I have not had this one. I have only had the KIZER Plus, which I'll show you in comparison here in just a second. But the main thing about this one is they changed the color, and when it have the ivory scales, it's easy in and out of the pocket. It hides in your pocket very well, and I believe that looks like it's a reversible pocket clip. Wait a second. Hold up. Now we have flat screws on this side. No, that's not going to be reversible, because if you look here, the clip is inset down into the G10, so that is an awesome feature. Look at that. It's not going to grab your pocket at all. I really appreciate when they do that. So sturdy pocket clip, and this is a double detent. It doesn't lock. So when you want to shut it, you could just do that. Let's see, can I do it like this? I wouldn't open it like this. This is definitely over the top. It's kind of like a regular reverse flick. You just go like that. So it's not a front. Look, I'm looking for the liner. There is no liner. It just holds itself there. So it naturally hits the surface like this. This is how this bad boy is meant to be held. You could do that if you wanted to, but this right here just seems natural for doing utility cuts. This only weighs 1.4 ounces. It's 3.94 inches overall. It has a blade stock of 99 thousandths of an inch. It is super, super thin blade stock. And these run around $45. But this is definitely going to be in my fifth pocket. Let me show you next to a couple others. If there was ever a time to make the Penguin look like a large knife, this is it. Here's the Penguin, and here's the Elementum, and then I'm going to show you the KIZER Plus. So there's next to those. You can see it's just a little utility knife, and I think it's going to really come in handy for folks that can't carry, a big scary knife, or you get this out in the break room. That's not going to scare people. They're going to say, "Oh, that's so cute." But here's the KIZER Plus and the KIZER. I think this would make a great Christmas gift or birthday gift for anyone, even if they're not into knives. They're gonna look at that. You can open it with two hands, do your little cut your string, do your little stuff, and it's so small, it's so tiny, it's gonna fit in the ladies' pockets. I know my wife, a lot of ladies have shorter pockets in the front. They could carry this as a main carry, and this definitely will go in the fifth pocket very easily. So here is the CIVIVI MIDWATCH. Then you have the ODD22. I'm calling it the ODD22. That's how they spelled it. And then we have the KIZER, the little baby KIZER. So tell me what y'all think about them. Do you like any of them? You have any thoughts or opinions? If you don't, tell me what you had for breakfast. But until I see you again or see you in the chats or at the Hive stream on Friday nights, go watch this video. You're going to enjoy that. And remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.